Hey guys, what's up? This is Rob with Wonstar Reviews. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Easter. It's Easter Sunday. I hope you guys are having a great day, spending time with your family and friends. Today we're going to review the Onforu Portable Bluetooth Speaker. This is it right here. You can pick this up from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. The price I paid for this was about 22 bucks. I'll give you the exact amount with tax and everything like that, but I don't even know if I spelled that or pronounced that name right. Onforu, maybe? Onforu? You guys tell me if you know how to pronounce that. Anyway, so I wanted to do a speaker review because I just bought this thing for my mountain bike. So I just recently started mountain biking and I wanted to be able to have the tunes with me while I'm riding. Because normally when I'm hiking or trail running, I'll usually have the earbuds in and you could really function without. You know, that's the best way to function is with the earbuds. But with mountain biking, it's a little different, man. I mean, I like to hear a little bit of my surroundings too. So having a Bluetooth speaker like this, you know, hanging on to your bag or something like that is, I think, the best way to do it. Now, there's different ways to install these things. This one's got like a little hook. I'll talk about this one in a minute. But if you take like your normal Bluetooth speaker, right, this just like this real generic one right here, it's a little bit heavier. It's a little bit heavier because it's meant to be sitting like on a counter or something like that. But here's why I really bought this thing. So this is my hiking backpack, and most regular hiking backpacks will have some type of outside storage where you could, you know, just throw one of these in. You know, I could just do it right here. And just kind of throw it in here, you know, tighten it up, and then you have your tunes. That way you don't have to, you know, buy another Bluetooth speaker or something like that. I'm all about reuse. I'm a software engineer. I'm all about reusability. This thing lasted for a little bit, but I can't use this hiking backpack anymore for mountain biking because it doesn't have one of those little bladders in it, so I need one of them. Long story, I need more water, and I can't keep taking that backpack off to keep drinking while I'm riding. So I needed something like this that was really tiny, that fit on the bike, that was flexible, and most importantly, it sounded good. So for 22 bucks, let's just say 20 bucks, right? Just to round it off, 25 bucks. Is this thing going to be enough for me as I'm riding around on the trails? Is the clamp, because this thing hooks on to also has an attachment that hooks onto your handlebars, and I'll show you that in a second. But let's walk through this one real quick. Now, this thing is, as you can see, it's round. It's got a little rubber stopper material on the bottom here, so it's sitting on a table. It doesn't move, and it actually gives it a little bit more bass. Now, look how tiny this thing is. Let me measure it for you real quick. Let's see if I can do this backwards. Okay, let me do it like this. This is a little over 3 inches. Little over 3 inches, about 3 1/4. Okay, so it's not really big, you know, compared to, here's an iPhone 12, right? This is about the regular iPhone 12. Okay, this is about the size of it, all right? It's a little bit bigger than, I guess I can put my fingers in. Anyway, 3 inches in diameter, all the way around. And it's got this nice little hook right here, and it comes with one of those, I forget what you call these. I just call these a C-clamp, but it's called something else, where you can clip it onto something, you know, like a book bag or whatnot. I'm not going to be using this application. I'm going to be using the handlebar clamp, which I'll show you in a minute. It's actually sitting on my bike right now, so we'll get through this sound test and everything, and then we'll go check out how it sounds on a bike. Also comes with stretch. Also comes with 3.5 auxiliary jack for if you wanted to plug this thing into like something with a headphone jack, you know, so you can get a direct connection. Sorry. And then unfortunately for 22 bucks, you know it, it's going to be micro USB to USB-A. So you're going to have that over here. All right, let's take a look at the unit itself. This is kind of a mesh grill, okay? And this is all plastic. This has an IP rating. I forget what it is, but it is splash and water resistant. It's not 67 or 68, I don't believe, so you can't dunk it, submerge it. But this will handle all the wear and tear of, like, you know, riding through puddles or getting it wet from the rain or stuff like that. It's just you can't submerge this thing. Okay, so we got the branding up in the front, and then let's take a walk around the side here. This is volume up, and also skips tracks. Now, if you just tap it, it's going to volume up it, and then if you hold it down, it's going to fast forward to the next track. This is your play pause button right here. This also can answer phone calls too, so you just hit that to answer it. hit that to disconnect. This is your volume down and your previous track. So again, holding it down will give you a previous track. Pressing the button one time will lower the volume. Okay, here's your nice LED right here. And then this is, I think this is your battery charging indicator right here. When you're charging this thing, this will turn red. This is one of the gripes I don't like about this is it'll turn red when it needs charging, but then when it's done, it just doesn't have a light at all. So you wonder if it's actually fully charged or not. All right, this light right here is the power right here. This tells me that it's on, and I've already got it Bluetooth to one of my phones. This little thing right here, this, you've all seen these before, these little rubber panels here that comes off. Kind of cheap, I pull it off, and you can see the micro USB and then the 3.5 headphone jack right here. But this thing fell off, and it's really hard to get back on. It's held by this little piece of rubber here. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can get it. It's like a little tiny piece of rubber here. It fell off. Anyway, it's back on, but doesn't really hold really well. I'm trying to like stuff it back in there, and oh, it actually worked. That actually worked that time. All right. So anyway, it's not super high quality, right? By all means. I mean, it came off. I pushed it back in. Who knows how long it'll last there? But so far looks pretty good. The finish is pretty good. Let's hear how it sounds. Let me see. Let me pull up a royalty-free song here. And like I said, for 22 bucks, I've seen $22 Bluetooth speakers, and most of them are, outright garbage. This one right here is garbage. And this is not 22 bucks, but you could see the size difference between this one and this one. You would think this Bluetooth speaker would be like a lot better, but this one actually, I heard a little bit of it. It actually packs a punch. So let's listen to a couple seconds of this. Let's see, royalty-free, energetic music. All right, here we go. Now, you can't get the full sound quality, of course, over YouTube. But I will tell you that the bass on this song is decently heavy, right? It's an energetic mix. This thing is vibrating, right? This thing is vibrating. So you know that whatever the little woofer inside here, it's doing a lot of work. It's not just like a full range speaker in there doing nothing, right? There is some type of woofer in here like actually vibrating. So that's really good. The sound quality is pretty good, for a little speaker. It's not going to be, Bose or JBL or, even Soundcore or anything like that as far as like the bigger speakers. But for something this tiny, it really does blow me away. I was listening to a bunch of stuff downstairs while I was cooking dinner. Man, I didn't even care. Like, a lot of times I can tell if it's, a Google Home or something like that and it's got a really weak speaker. You're like, okay, I'll deal with it. This one actually had a little bit of kick to it. So more pleasurable than a Google Home, or like a small little Google Echo or what. I mean, an Amazon, you know what I'm talking about. But for this size, for this price, man, this thing packs a punch. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you what the handlebar attachment looks like in case you mountain bikers want this for yourselves on a mountain bike. And then we'll kind of test it, in my driveway, and we'll see how loud it is out there. So stand by, talk amongst yourselves, we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we're back in. So this is the handlebar mount that comes with the speaker. And again, I'll show you the top of this in a second. And this is how it clamps on here, which I really like. This is all plastic, but then there's this rubber thing with teeth on it that's pretty thick, and it kind of goes all the way around. And then down here, you got a little screw-in thing. Let me show you. Let me get around here. Yep, right there. So it kind of just screws in right there and it gets tight right here. So it's pretty close to the edge as far as getting it as the max tightness, but it is really on there. It is really on there. It is not moving. Now, time will tell, of course, if I'm on a trail and it happens to fall off, but you know, you can move it, yes, but as far as the weight on this thing and it actually slipping off or doing something weird, I have no doubt. And I could probably tighten it even more. I didn't tighten it all the way. But there was a Amazon comment that said, mountain bikes, the handlebars are too skinny and this thing would just fall right off of there. I don't see a problem with that. You can see where it is on my handlebar. It's not even on the thickest part right here. It's right over here, and I just measured it. It's way less than 30 millimeters as far as the diameter is concerned. The guy that was on the Amazon comment said like most mountain bike handlebars are 35 and it's just too wide. Like I said, this is right around 25. This is closer to 35 right here. This is 25. It's holding on pretty good, guys. I mean, of course, everything on a bike slips, right? You could probably yank half of these things off if you really, really tried. But if I screw this in super tight, it's gonna be in there. And it's a speaker, so it's not like, holding anything super valuable, but it does the job. It does the job. I'm trying to move it right here with my finger. It's in there pretty good. And like I said, I could tighten it even more if I need to. Okay, let me come around this way. All right, so here's the speaker. And so all you gotta do is just plop it in there and it kind of snaps in there with these 4 clamps right here on the side. Let me see if you can see that right there, right there, right there, and over here. And then one dude said it was so hard, it was kind of hard to take out, but yeah, it is. But if you use your finger here and you just kind of slip it out a little bit on one side, there, I just did it with one hand, you can kind of take it out. So easy in, pops in, and it's in there. All right, so I'm gonna take this out into my driveway. I know we're inside my garage, so it can kind of help with acoustics. I don't want that. I want you to hear what it sounds like outside in the wild. All right, guys, I'm trying to hold the camera straight or keep it from shaking. So I'm out here on my driveway, and we're gonna play that same mix that we just did, energetic. We'll see how it sounds. So this is 50% volume. And it is plenty loud. If I'm going through the trails, this is plenty loud right here. I could turn it up. Let me see what it sounds like when I turn it up. All right, so as you can hear, well, if you can hear or not, it's plenty loud. And sure, there's a little bit of distortion, but most small Bluetooth speakers are gonna have a level of distortion right around that max area anyway. But like I said, the music is still crisp and clear. I can hear everything. It's pointing right at my face, so there's no need to like turn it up super, super loud. And there's quite a bit of bass. I mean, I can feel the handlebars kind of vibrating a little bit. I know it's, like I said, this is not a sub. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna be, bumping down trails or anything like that, but this is above average as far as a speaker of this size. So guys, this is a big thumbs up for me. Thank you for watching. This is Rob with Wonstar Reviews. Stay safe, God bless you, do yourself a favor, love your neighbor, and we'll talk to you next time.